Welcome back to Media Enhanced Learning, assignment number 4. The following slides are going to let you know how to correctly jumpstart a car and the reasoning behind why we're doing things the way we are. Good morning, my name is Joe Wolf. I've been in the automotive industry since the mid-70s. Over the years, I've seen a lot of damage done to vehicles and batteries by incorrectly jump-starting them. Today we're going to take 10 minutes to show you the correct way how to do this. Before we begin, we need a few things. Firstly, we need a reliable vehicle, one with battery terminals or easy to access. This would work best. Secondly, we need a vehicle that needs a hand getting going. Thirdly, we need a good set of jumper cables. I would recommend a set no longer than 20 feet and a minimum thickness of 4 gauge. Anything lighter will overheat and make it difficult to start the dead car. The heavier cables usually come with heavier clamps for better connections. Let's start by positioning the vehicles. Make sure the battery in each vehicle is close enough to connect the cables. The cars can be parked either side by side, nose to nose, or nose to tail, depending on where the battery is located in your vehicles. Before hooking up the jumper cables, make sure both vehicles have the ignition switches turned off. Failure to do so could result in damage to the vehicle's electronic systems. Do not rely on seeing dash lights on. If the battery is dead, the lights will not turn on. Let's go retrieve your booster cables. Straighten them out between the two vehicles. Make sure they are long enough to reach both batteries. If they do not reach, you may need to reposition your cars. A convenient storage space is in the trunk with a spare tire. The first connection you will make is to the battery in the dead vehicle. Connect the red jumper cable lead to the positive battery terminal. You can identify the positive connection by looking for a plus sign marked on the battery, a red covering on the terminal connection, or by looking at the size of the terminals. The larger one is a positive one. The second connection is on the live vehicle. Connect the red jumper cable to the positive terminal on the battery. Sometimes the terminals are not accessible. If not, look for a lug terminal marked positive to hook up the cable to. It will be color-coded red. The third connection is on the live vehicle. Connect the black jumper cable to the negative on the battery. It will be colored black, marked with a minus sign, or if the battery end is not accessible, use the remote lug labeled negative or also colored black. The last connection is on the dead vehicle. Connect the black jumper cable connector to a metal part on the engine, preferably close to the starter if possible. You will notice there are lots of plastic parts in your engine. If you connect to one of these, it will not jump start. Note, the last connection should not be on the battery. If you place it there and there is a spark, you stand the probability of blowing up your battery. Not only will the case break, but battery acid will splash. If this does happen, simply neutralize all acid with a mixture of baking soda and water. Time to start the dead car. Do not turn on the live vehicle. Go directly to the dead vehicle and try and start it. If it starts, fantastic. You're on your way. If it only clicks, go back to your cable connections, try rocking the clamps to get a better connection, and try again. Still no success? Turn off the ignition on the dead vehicle. Go to the live vehicle and start it. Let it run for 5 minutes. This will give the dead battery a small charge. Turn off the live vehicle and try and start the dead one again. Still no success, remember to turn off the ignition on the dead vehicle. Go back to the live one, start and run it for 10 minutes, then turn off the live vehicle and try again. Hopefully this time with success. If still no success, it may be time to call a local tow truck, BCAA, or some other service provider that can help you. Don't forget to talk to your local repair shop you plan on having your vehicle fixed at for the best advice for your situation. Time to do the happy dance. Your car is now running. You must be as careful removing the cables as you were installing them, because they now carry current from the charging system that is going not only to your battery, but to the one in the live vehicle as it is still connected. The first cable to disconnect is the ground cable on what was the dead car. Remove this cable after the car has been running for a few minutes. If the car happens to die, reconnect the cable, restart the car, leave it run for a few more minutes until the final disconnect. Time to go to the live car and disconnect the cables there. We're going to start with the ground cable first, then we're going to remove the red positive cable. Finally, we're going back to our live running car. Remove the last positive red cable, being very careful not to drop it into the running engine. Before closing the hood, we need to check the system voltage. It should read above 12.6 volts. If you don't have a meter to check this, check your dash for a voltmeter or a red battery light. Once you're done, don't forget to put the covers back on the battery terminals if you remove them.